Hey, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be an author, but also be on the spectrum? Well, my next guest, April Woodard, is just that. She's an author, she's on the spectrum, she's got two young kids who are on the spectrum, and also she's a very interesting person to talk to. So stay tuned for a very interesting show. So sit back, relax, and grab your favorite beverage, and I'll catch you on the other side. See you there. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Inside the Asperger Studio Stories. Today I'm joined with April Woodard, author and on the spectrum. Welcome to the show, April.
Thank you for having me again, Reed.
Not a problem. Let's start out small. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a very small town in Virginia, so I knew everybody and everybody knew me, and it wasn't easy. We were just talking about high school a minute ago, and so I was ready to get out of there where nobody knew me, and I moved here closer to the big city of Atlanta and found my husband, and I like it a lot more in the South. It's not cold like it is in Virginia, so I like it much better here.
All right. What motivates you, inspires you, and drives you?
I have to say, I have to make goals. So
Mm-hmm.
it usually depends, but usually if I feel inspired, it's probably by something I've seen, maybe in a movie or something on Pinterest, and that'll get my creative juices flowing, and then I'll just start going in a direction and take off with it.
All right. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
When someone said I had a sweet disposition, I think that was like one of the best compliments because I was like, oh, because they could say, oh, your hair's pretty or your eyes are pretty, but those are just on the outside. And so when someone was like, oh, you're a sweet person, I'm like, I like that. So that was the best compliment.
All right. Tell me about three people who influenced you in your life and how they impacted you.
Hmm. Well, not necessarily in my life, but I have to say, like Denzel Washington, because he has a speech. The actor Denzel Washington has a speech on dreams without goals. He does it for colleges usually, and he says, "Dreams without goals are just dreams," and that means you have to like really try and go after that goal, but also don't have like super high expectations that are just beyond what you can do because you have gifts. Everybody has gifts. But let's see. So Denzel Washington, definitely Jesus, because I do my Bible study and I'm very inspired and try to learn how to be a good person through him. Uh, I guess I could say my husband. My husband taught me not to be like a rug to step on. He's like, stand up for yourself, and it's okay to say no, which I had a very hard time with. And yeah, it's okay to just be yourself, kind of thing. So probably my husband.
All right. What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Um, hmm. I think just being able to have my own space for a little while and think so I can feel like myself because I do a lot of masking. So when I'm around other people, I can feel how they're feeling, and usually it gets to me. And so when I'm by myself, I think I can actually be inspired to really think clearly and come up with what I want to do. And usually it is writing.
All right. Finish this sentence. I am at my best when.
Uh, hmm, People encourage me. I can't really do it on my own.
All right. If you can turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self about where you are now, what would you tell him?
To keep moving forward and it will be okay. Because I struggled real bad when I was 18. So just keep going.
All right. If you can have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
Patience, just the word patience.
All right. What do
Um,
you think the world would look like in 5 years?
uh, uh, I don't know with all this stuff going on. Um, I hope that it comes back around and gets better. I hope it becomes better. We'll just say that.
All right. What was your favorite subject in school?
Art class, definitely, because I got to be creative, and it wasn't and didn't involve a lot of thinking. I could just sit there and mold clay or make stuff with scrapbook paper or make pottery. So yeah, art class was my favorite.
Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Introvert, definitely, because people like it depends though. If someone's like, "Hey, our friends are getting together," I'm like, "All right, let's go." But it's just my very close friends. If I have to walk out the door and go to an event where I don't know anybody, I panic, and someone has to like
Mhm.
really build me up, be like, "We're gonna go. It's okay." I'm like, "All right." So I don't know. I guess I'm one of those introvert extroverts. Mostly an introvert though.
That kind of reminds me of myself. I mean, do you, when you go out with friends, do you feel like everyone else is having a good time and where you feel better if you were back home?
If they're not close friends, yeah. If I'm like at a place where I am with acquaintances, I'd much rather be home because I don't really know like what conversations to talk about or like what's the right thing to say. But if I've been with friends for a very long time and I know them really well, I know what's acceptable and what's not. And so if I blurt something out, I don't feel like, oh, that was the wrong thing to say.
All right. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be and why?
Just my kindness and maybe that I helped people in some way or form.
All right. How now your story. How did you want to what made you decide to become a writer?
I had a dream and it was a very vivid dream. And I wrote it down and I put it away because I was like, I'm not a writer. And then I picked it up after a couple years and decided I was going to go with it. And once I realized, oh, I'm a pretty good storyteller, I ran with it. I taught myself how to be a writer and published my books and almost done with the fourth one in my series.
So no classes or anything like that?
I mean, I took classes online, but I am self-taught. But yeah, I didn't go to college to learn like English or anything like that. And I'm actually the worst with I write sentences backwards. I don't read stuff backwards, but I write sentences backward and I'm really bad with missing words and I'm terrible at editing like as far as punctuation. So I have to get an editor. But
Mhm.
yeah, other than that, I'm really good at storytelling.
It sounds like me. And my mom's always says I'm a storyteller. And especially in grammar school, I was told that I missed the small words. The is, and I was taught to read with a ruler, just going by one line by line. Anyways, now let's get to some of the more fun questions. What is your favorite word?
Uh, I said it already, patience, because I wanted to put it on a billboard. And it is my favorite word because I've had to tell my children that quite a bit, and I've had to teach myself patience as well for short time things, for long term things. But patience really does pay off.
Right? What is your least favorite word?
No, especially when someone's like, "You can't do this," I'm like, "Let me show you I can."
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, and emotionally?
Usually music. I love my music. And that I use music a lot to write. So that's usually where I'm at is when I'm in the groove.
All right. What turns you off?
Noise. Uh, so it depends on where I'm at, but especially if I'm trying to get something done and there's just a whole bunch of noise because I can like pinpoint every little thing that's going on. It's very distracting, and especially at night when I sleep, I can hear the refrigerator going. I can hear the cats walking. I can hear everything. So noise.
Yeah, I've learned from asking around. Those with autism have more of a heightened sense of hearing and smell. I mean,
Yep.
I remember a story. We were back at a zoo. My mom's phone was in her purse and her phone was ringing. And I'm like, Mom, your phone's ringing. And she's like, You can hear my phone ringing in my purse amongst all the animals and the people around. I'm like, Yep.
Yep. Yep. I'm the same way. It could be so low tone and nobody else would hear it, and I hear it. Yep. I
Yep.
think that's true for a lot of us on the spectrum. Like you said, the sense of smell. I can't be around people that wear a perfume. I mean, like I feel like I'm gonna die because it just overwhelms me so bad.
I mean, things like for me are like cigarette smoke, pot smoke. I mean, it could be just in the air and it'll just make me nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even cleaning up dog poop or cat poop when I was taking care of my mother's friend out in Florida, I had to take care of her cats, and one cat puked in the shower, and just cleaning that up, I was gagging. And
Yeah.
she was just like, "What is wrong with you?"
They don't understand. Yeah.
No.
And I've had kids, so I've had to clean up a lot of stuff.
All right. What is your favorite cuss word?
Hmm. That's a hard one because I try not to cuss. Let's see. I probably say the S word a lot. I try not to, but yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
All right.
It applies to everything.
All right. What sound or noise do you love?
Baby laughter. Oh my gosh. Like I could listen to it all day.
All right. What sound or noise do you hate?
Humming. Um, it could be like the hum of something running, or people humming doesn't really bother me. But like just like a vibrational noise, like a tone or a hum
All
drives me
right.
insane.
What is your favorite color?
Turquoise.
What is your least favorite color?
I wear a lot of black, so I can't say it's my least favorite color. But yeah, anything void of color is not really my fave. So I'll just have to say black.
All right. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Ooh, I always wanted to be a flight attendant.
All right. What profession would you not want to do?
Anything where I'd have to sit at a desk for 9 to 5 and do the same thing over and over, because redundancy makes me want to go insane.
All right. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Uh, you did well.
When you arrive at the heaven, who would you like to meet?
Oh, I've always wanted to meet Elvis. Um, Besides Jesus, Elvis. I don't know who else. I can't really think of anybody besides him.
All right. What books do you recommend my audience read?
Oh, anything by Tony Atwood. Especially if they want to understand Asperger girls. He has really good books. He has like he's every time he talks about girls on the spectrum, just like, dude, are you like, did you watch me and write down things? Did you read my journal? Like, he's great.
All right. And finally, where can people find you on the web?
They can go to my website at www.authoraprilmwoodard.com. I'm on Instagram. I have 2 pages. One's for readers where they can look at like pretty book pictures. So one is author underscore April underscore M underscore Woodard. And the other one is just April underscore M underscore Woodard. And the one with just April is my writer tips and motivation advice. And the other one is for readers.
Thank you very much. That was April Woodard, author and autistic. Thank you so much, April.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem.